There we go. Welcome in, everybody. Joe and Mike here with you on this Monday. Welcome in, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
And we didn't have a show last Monday night, because I explained it on Thursday night, because I took Monday and Tuesday off because my mind wasn't in it. And also, I had the starts of what I thought was like sinus. No, because I saw you doing this. I'm like, you're being the third base coach or something. But when I was, I just wasn't feeling good and all that, and I wasn't feeling good mentally. I wasn't feeling good physically. I'm like, oh, geez, talk about the double whammy. So it's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just take 2 days off. You know, because like Huey Lewis in the news said, all I want is a couple of days off.
Yeah.
And even though I had the real job, protecting the nest egg and all that other shit and all that, So Mickey actually messaged me on Facebook right before the show started that he was waiting for me.
Okay.
So
Hi, Mickey.
So he was watching. I don't know. I think he's watching on the Bleacher Brothers one, but I do have my YouTube as well. And he followed me on my Twitch page, not my Twitch page, my Facebook, my Joe Quills Show account on there. And we just don't have enough followers to stream on there. You do not look good at all, Joe. You know what I have to say, Mickey? And I think this is early.
He's an asshole.
Nah, I'm kidding. Because I know he likes giving people.
Yeah.
He likes to give them one of those. So I'm okay with it. But at least that's what she said. Whoops. Hold on. Oh, you know what happened?
What?
I have the. Hold on. There we go. All right, so here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute that fucking tab, okay? And I'm going to give me one of those.
Yeah.
Because I'm keeping track of the football game.
Yeah.
On this tab.
Yeah.
I mean, I got two different Google account browsers going right now. I got my main browser, and I also got my second account. So my second account is there just so I can moderate the Bleacher Brothers page on Twitch.
Of course.
I can moderate my page, and and all of a sudden, all I hear is the Camp Skattebo. Mickey says, I know I'm an asshole. Tell me something I don't know. I can't go there.
Okay.
I'll be nice. Because that's what that's another thing I need is I need the drops from Roadhouse.
Okay.
Paint don't hurt.
Right. Right.
What do we do when this happens? Be nice.
Be nice.
What if he calls my mother a whore? Well, is she? Yeah.
Right? Something like that. Gotcha.
Those sort of things. So, so we got a lot to talk about here. Carson Wentz done for the year. Cam Skattebo, that was an ugly injury. Also have an update because there was a little bit of brotherly love after the game as well, which I have to find. And if I can't find it, I'm still going to quote it because I know it's fact because it was mentioned. But Mike, you're an asshole as well. Well, we knew that a long time ago too. But
thanks, Mickey.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson, he's expected to return Thursday at Miami. That and a whole lot more on my vacation week here, my last vacation of the calendar year. And basically it's just a vacation from my real job. It's a staycation. it was nice not having to set the alarms today. Because even yesterday I had to set the alarms because, I told you what happened yesterday. We're not going to get into that only because,
Right.
whatever.
I know.
But I had to set my alarm on Saturday. Well, I will have to set my alarm on Friday. We'll get to that later on.
Okay.
But we'll get into that. But we had a very interesting week in the world of Bleacher Brothers.
Okay.
Did you know that AJ has invested in some horses?
You told me about that.
Well, not wagering on the horses, actually owning a share of the horse.
Oh.
Now, I know what would happen with me. And if they did it to me, I would probably end up buying another 20% share. Oh, you bought a 2% share of this horse. Here's your 2%. It's the horse's anus. Oh, yeah, I'm getting 20% more because I want more than just the anus. I want the dick, too. But, and then you realize that it's this big one. I thought the saying was hung like a horse. But we had an interesting week here because we had not one, not two, but 3 different horses run this week and made their debuts.
Whoa. Impressive.
Well, 2 of the 3 weren't that impressive.
Okay.
But what we're going to do is I'm going to review all 3 of those races here. So I'm going to be playing around with this here for a second. So let me go. Well, first let me pull up this one. Actually, you know what?
What?
We're going to make this a little bit like Also Eligible on Saturday morning.
Okay.
Let me see here. Let me do that. There we go. So the one thing I'm going to show you here, and this is all part of the whole FanDuel thing here, because I had the FanDuel promotion directly above me,
Right.
the way that this screen is set up right now. And that promo is actually for the sports book to sign up. But you can use that, and you can use some of the money that you may put in your initial deposit into the horse racing side.
Okay.
So even though we're looking at FanDuel Racing, that's for more the sports book, because you can go from sports book to casino to race book. And basically, I'm just using the casinos for free plays right now. I'm not doing anything else with it because I don't have any money in a few of the accounts. But I do have money in my FanDuel account. As you can tell, I got $40 in there.
Ah.
That was because I hit a race yesterday. So, so the one thing is, the one great thing about FanDuel over the others, at least I know from the ones that I do use in my personal life, you can search by the horse's name. So the first horse that ran was Impractical, which ran on Sunday,
Okay.
last Sunday. Now I'm going to show that race. Actually, I shouldn't have shown it this way. Hold on. Impractical is the 10 in this race. I'm showing you they finished way off the board here, but I do want to show where things did go wrong. And it is a muddy track there. It was sloppy, actually. So it had been raining all day. And I warned AJ on Wednesday when the last show he had. I said, listen, it's going to be a sloppy day. You'll find out quickly if he runs well. And, I wouldn't be surprised if they scratch him. So they ran the race. Here's the call. And the one good thing about Keeneland is you will be able to see those colored bugs on the very bottom of the screen, so you get an idea where these horses are. So I'm going to play this race here. And
something dangerous. The last one comes forward.
I think it's low enough where I can talk over Kurt Becker here.
Goes in there at the
So
post.
sorry, Kurt. So got an okay start there. Was going for the lead there. I think that's him there on the outside.
And then coming soon between that pair comes away running in third. Our money man.
No, that's not him.
And then comes
Or is it?
in fifth position as they go to the far turn.
No, it's not him, but he's on the outside here, the second tier here. He's
Okay.
so he's starting to make a move upward here. So then he starts falling backwards as the tree gets in the way there. And watch this. He checks badly, and he's done.
Wow.
So now, first of all, he didn't like the offgoing, and then on top of that, he did have some traffic trouble there. We can go into the head-on, apply directly to the forehead camera if we really wanted to, but that part of the track is so hard to tell. But there were some traffic troubles there as well. So, but Impractical finished off the board there. So no bueno there, no winner.
Right.
So that was on. That was last Sunday. Word is that Impractical had a gash on his leg, but they're planning on taking him down to Florida, I believe. I think. I mean, I know two of the horses will be in Florida.
Okay.
I think he will be too. But well, what I'm going to do is, no, I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that either. Hold on. I'm going to stop that for a second because I don't want to show the results of the races.
Gotcha.
So AJ's second horse is the Town. So it's the same ownership connections. The only difference is instead of having a trainer where I told AJ ahead of time, I'm like, hey, AJ, Destin Heath?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Well, basically, he's more of a trainer that is more of a behind-the-scenes trainer than he is an actual race day trainer.
Right.
Because he was like 4 for 78 this year. Now, this horse, the Town, he's the 3 horse, and he was actually favored in this race. And he is trained by Brad Cox. The 500-pound catcher hit a homer. 5'8", 240. Yeah, his right testicle's 240. I mean, that's like Donald Trump saying he's 6'4", 235. No, maybe 345.
Right.
But anyway, so, and we're not getting into politics here, so knock it off, people.
Right.
So when I saw this, and it's basically the same ownership, but it's Brad Cox, who's one of the top trainers, I'm like, this horse has a good shot. Well, watch this race. Watch the beginning here. Whoops. First, I got to share my screen again because I don't want to show the results. I learned my lesson the first one. But this was from Friday afternoon.
Okay.
And this was like an hour after AJ called me saying, dude, how do I get the money back? How do I do it? Well, you can't do the casino one that we promote here, which is on the FanDuel QR code on the top right. But we'll see. Watch the 3 horse here. There we go.
Goes in there at the post. They're off.
Dead last out of the gate. Not even close.
Here comes Halo Music out for
So I'm
the
like,
complexity
all right, I
on the
wasted
outside.
$5, $10,
Bankers
whatever I
close.
wagered
In
on.
between that pair, Chicanery fourth, Phantom Slayer wide fifth, Mr. Hooligan center of the track is in sixth.
So he's
And then
dead
starting
last.
between horses seventh, Emancipation moves up 2 spots to the inside from eighth. The gap of 3 more lengths back to Fake Smart in the ninth position. Magamac is in 10th. Camino is 11th. The Town is last of the 12. 22.34 seconds was the time for the opening quarter.
So he passed one horse there.
Right alongside of Halo Music.
And at this point, because he's so far behind, I'm like, oh, wow, they have an airport right next to the racetrack. My ADD kicked in while I was working.
Is there as they round the turn.
So he's starting to move up, you know.
On the far outside, up into fourth, now up into third as they come off the
So
Slayer, and then
he's still way back there.
Back toward the inside. Mr.
So watch this.
As they turn for home, Halo Music has the lead.
So he's right there. He's going to tip to the outside. He's off the camera. So they're all fighting. The one is fighting through that small hole here. Here comes the 10 to win the race.
And here he comes. Halo Music, Emancipation.
And then behind it is the 3.
Mows them all down in the
Wow.
strides for Tyler Gaffalione.
He went from last to second.
Mm-hmm. So AJ said after the race, he thinks if that horse got, no, you had the wrong horse win. Okay, there you go. You got the right.
Got it. Right.
So he finished second in that
Right,
race. So, you know, AJ's excited about this horse, and they're definitely shipping that down to Florida.
Okay.
Also because, you know, if he gets into the big Kentucky Derby prep races,
Mhm.
you know, Florida is one of the major hubs. So the Town finished second there, paid $446 to place, $306 a show. And you're not imagining things because in Kentucky, New York, and at Emerald Downs in Washington State, they do have penny breakage now.
I saw that. Yeah.
So that was race number 2. So then we go to race number 3. And what the fuck was that horse's name? Oh, yeah. So funny story. So I went up to first of all, Keepsake Box is the horse's name.
Okay.
And this horse is trained by Safi Joseph. And AJ calls him Joseph Safi because he can't put it together. So I told him Safi Joseph is the top Florida trainer who trains at Gulfstream year-round, because once you get to this time of the year, some of the New York and Kentucky trainers, they start migrating down to Florida. So Keepsake Box is the 7 here. And now, mind you, this race was delayed about 10-15 minutes because there was a horse that got loose or whatever. I forget what it was. Now, mind you, the Xfinity store up on the boulevard, that little strip shopping center across from where my bank used to be.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for this race to go off. Now, mind you, I have these things on my head. And the only reason why I do is because, you know, when I went up there, I'm like, I don't feel like dealing with these fucking losers on the bus. So I'm like this.
Right.
Well, first of all, I forgot that I had the race on the phone, and the track announcer, Pete Aiello, scared the shit out of me.
What do you do?
Well, I forgot that the race was on my TV, that I had Gulfstream Park playing on my phone.
Okay.
So he goes, oh, we're getting ready to go here. I'm like, ah. Now, mind you, I'm in the very back of the Five Below store.
Right.
Because I got a new cord for me. And that blue brick that's plugged in there. That has two different that has a second cord there. So you know, I bought the brick, I bought the cord, whatever. So I'm pacing back and forth during the race, making it look like I'm actually buying more shit than the two things I already grabbed. And I'm trying to watch this race. So finally the race goes off, and here you go. And the Tapeta is Tapeta. So she got off to an okay start there, not far from the pace.
You sharing screen?
Oh, hold on. We'll go back to the beginning here because I'm a dope. So first, now we'll share the screen because now I can tell that I'm sharing this because the box I have on this tab is much different, because if I wasn't sharing this, it would cover the entire screen here.
Gotcha.
So here we go.
Carry over in the Sunset 6 on race 9. Tropical Turf pick 3 with race 5. Tracks are fast, turf is firm. We're set for a start.
And keepsake box is the 7. So got off to a good start, especially a first-time starter.
Miyamata comes out firing and goes looking for a clear early lead from the outside. Ivy, my love, going after her in the early stages. The Safi duo gets away.
Actually, I got a comment for race.
And keepsake box on her outside. A length and a half to Trill, 3 wide and Duchess Eleanor. Working between horses and Birch Run, a gap of 4 more to Serafina C.
So she's on the outside there.
That's it, yeah.
They make their way by the opening quarter with Miyamata and Jaramillo on top 3 parts of length. The opening quarter was 23.
I mean, you can't miss her because she's a great horse.
Eleanor is racing up wide on the course, and our slew of cash is at the rail.
So she's wide. Even though that's how you can tell she's wide. Even though you think that she's second from the rail, she's actually about 4 wide. So she makes a nice middle move here. Looks like she's going to make a run.
Dropping back is Ivy, my love, then Birch Run. Trill is next, trying to wind it up from the back. Serafina C. They reach the top of the stretch.
So you'll get an idea how wide she is right here.
Husbands needs racetrack for our slew of.
Okay, she's 4 to 5 wide here.
Right.
So imagine doing that all the way around the track, both turns. So basically, she's probably run. This is almost 7 furlongs, almost 6.5 furlongs at this point. It's a 7.5 furlongs. Actually, it's about 6 furlongs, 110. Well,
Okay.
almost 6 furlongs. She's probably run an extra 50 yards because she's 4 or 5 wide.
Right.
And the one thing is, it doesn't matter what course you're on. But the turf course, because it's the inner of the 3 courses, the further you're out from the rail, the more ground you got to cover on the turns, especially.
Mm-hmm.
So being wide on the first turn, being wide on this turn, she's taking up a lot of space here.
Yes, she is.
Taking up a lot of ground. And as you can see here, what will happen is
the turn in the stretch drive. Here's racetrack for our slew of
she's on the way home.
With an eighth of a mile remaining. Running on
So 10's firing, but she gets by that 10 before.
Has a winning lead. Our slew of cash and Micah Husbands to kick off the program with
so,
a half win. Second was Birch Run. Third was
so she finished 4th. So in a sense,
yeah.
But in a sense, not really. Now, one thing I probably should have said this, but I didn't. You know who the main Barstool guy?
Oh.
Dave Portnoy?
Okay.
Well, he's bought into a bunch of horses.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is,
he's an asshole.
I can't help it. Dave Portnoy, he only buys gray horses. Now, I probably would say it now. I wouldn't have said it like right after the race.
Right.
Something along the lines of, well, now I know why Portnoy didn't buy that horse. Hold on.
Ah,
There we go. All right, so I don't like being on the right here, so
got you. Okay.
sorry about that, everybody. We're back, and I'll oops. Okay, so Keepsake Box finished fourth, and I probably might say it now, but I wouldn't say it right away. I wonder why Dave Portnoy didn't buy this gray horse, because he only buys gray horses.
Right.
And at the Saratoga sale over the summer, now I don't know if it was in fun or not. He was, I don't want to say cursing out, but probably was Bob Baffert because his connections bought a gray horse they wanted. So, but that's everything that happened there this week, and we'll see what happens with everything coming up here. So, and AJ said, well, yeah, now you're going to have to come down Florida all the time.
Oh, okay. You got to start making those trips.
Start making trips like I have to go on a Sunday, be like leave on a Friday, come back on a Sunday. Because I think the one thing I can do, because Florida Derby weekend is the end of March.
Okay.
And it lands on the Good Friday holiday that we have at work.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him, I said, listen, if any of those horses show up that weekend, well, or even I just go just for the fact that it's the Florida Derby. And by the way, this is a Florida Derby hat, by the way.
Oh, nice. Oh, cool.
So, and this is the Gulfstream Park logo that First Racing created a couple years ago. But they do have lost connection again.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because you're frozen.
I am?
No, but it's me. It says on the screen there.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, so this is part of the whole Comcast thing, Comcast Xfinity stuff. I know how I have to try to fix this.
Okay.
Because the internet, the Wi-Fi that I have right now
Mm-hmm.
was the internet that was giving me trouble and forcing me to buffer and shit all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas when I went and I used a totally different name, no issues whatsoever.
Interesting.
Yeah, so here, lost connection again.
Shut down in.
All right, there we go. Mickey, my internet is acting up all of a sudden. I think the issue maybe, I mean, this will sound weird to some people, and like some people that are more technically advanced than I am will say, no, that's not true. I'm on my third modem in a month, and it's not because of the internet. It's whenever you change your plan with Comcast Xfinity, they change, they render your old modem basically null and void,
Right.
and they give you a new one.
Right.
So I upgraded my plan, or I changed my plan around. First of all, the guy said, "How the heck did you do it online?" I don't know. I figured it out somehow. So, and I ended up with 2 accounts. I think that's why I have that bill that I got to fight with Comcast tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yep.
So I had a second one, and I actually used a different name for my Wi-Fi, and I had almost no problems whatsoever. So for whatever reason, I went back to the old name of my Wi-Fi, and that's where the buffering is occurring again. So, and I know people that are more technologically advanced and also know their shit even more than me when it comes to computers. They're like, dumbass, no, that's not how this that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Yeah, I need to have that as a drop too. But I also need this one. Can I pull that up? No, I can't because I'm not it. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it, because if I do it, then people are going to want to talk to me on that one Discord. But anyway, so the town, I think from what AJ told me, both the town and Practical, they're both going to be shipped to Florida, Gulfstream Park.
Okay.
AJ has a 4th horse, and I forget the name of that horse too. He is under the care of Bob Baffert. So that horse won't get to, I mean, that horse won't be, that horse is a little behind of these other horses right now. Because I think AJ said there were shin issues with him, but don't quote me on that.
I won't quote you.
Steel the Moment, Steel the Moment.
Gotcha.
Has not had any races. Actually, not even any workouts from what I can tell. But that is a Gunrunner horse. Gunrunner won the Breeders' Cup Classic a couple years ago. And this is a Gray Roan filly, so I should ask AJ if that's the horse that Portnoy was cursing over Baffert for.
He'll let you know.
But yeah, so AJ bought into 5 different horses. So, and and he says, you're going to be going to Kentucky Derby with me. I guess I am.
Right.
So, but so that's everything with that, and and also I might as well promote this as well, since we're not really segueing, but we can segue into this. It is Breeders' Cup week, and I haven't looked for that Breeders' Cup logo, the Breeders' Cup related Saturday morning one, but we're not going to have one also eligible. We're going to have 2 of them this week.
Whoa. Cool.
of them. I mean, it's almost as good as.
Two chicks at the same time.
Almost.
So we'll have our usual Saturday show at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Right.
And both of those days, when it comes to my picks, I'm going to be saying this.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
And a lot of people are going to be saying, I
don't know what the fuck this is.
Oh, love that drop down.
and I'm also going to be saying this to the people as well.
What are you looking at, butthead?
Right, exactly.
But you know, so Friday will be at 12 noon on the Bleacher Brothers platforms.
Okay.
Saturday will be the usual 10 a.m. slot.
Gotcha.
There is a show at 10:30. I think it goes 10:30 to 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
If they run long past 12 o'clock, which they shouldn't, but if they do, just stand by. We will be starting sometime after that. So, but the thing is if they don't use Twitch like I do,
Right.
I may start at 12 noon anyway, because you can have more than one YouTube live stream going at once.
Okay.
Because I did find out that once, not me, but somebody else did. So yeah, so that's everything that's going on there with the horse racing world and all that. So that was a mini segment there, and also the post positions have been drawn for the 14 Breeders' Cup races this weekend.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into them because it's too much stuff, and it's also, it's also X isn't like Facebook where I can just scan picture to picture to picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, I got to close this, I got to go to this post, I got to go to this post, and it's like that. So I don't even know what the odds are. I just saw the graphics that FanDuel Racing had. So actually, since I'm done with the horse racing portion, I don't think this. Well, I'll go with the Adam Schefter when I get to it. When I get to the Cam Skattebo stuff. So, had some interesting play this week. Washington and KC are 7-7 at the half.
Oh, Commanders defense. Okay.
You mean the commie bastards might steal this race? And I got a touchdown from Scary Terry McLaurin today.
Ah, that's good for you.
Whichever team that won on my ESPN. I swept my ESPN leagues this week.
Nice.
So, I said this to you that we're going to talk about Carson Wentz.
Yeah, you did.
And I basically said, oh, is it good or is it bad? And I had to walk back over here and say, and that is because Carson Wentz is done for the year.
Carson.
He will undergo season-ending surgery to repair a left shoulder injury he originally suffered on October 5th while playing in place of injured starter J.J. McCarthy.
Wow.
He'd been playing through a dislocated shoulder that included a torn labrum and a fractured socket.
Ouch.
A source told ESPN, confirming multiple reports. Now, he also... Now, I'm sure you probably saw this once in a while in passing on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. The wrestler Goldberg, one of his two finishing moves was the spear.
Right, I remember that.
Like he would be at the one end of he'd be at the one corner of the ring. The guy would be, other guy would be like
yeah,
this.
he gets ready. Yeah, right.
And he'd go,
right.
wham, with the
Right.
shoulder.
Right.
So Actually, when I was out at my buddy's house for that little get together that we had, the Sunday gravy. First of all, we were looking for a penalty. There was no penalty. Then we watched. I was like, ooh, because it was a perfectly clean hit that Jalen Carter put on him.
Right.
I mean, it looked like a Goldberg spear. But anyway, so that wasn't the injury that did it. It was actually 2 weeks prior when they were in London.
Okay.
So, but J.J. McCarthy is expected to return to the starting lineup this Sunday for the Vikings game at the Lions.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But this is what I'm thinking, what he's saying right now. J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, he's going to need something, yeah. Hutchinson, that's like fresh meat to him.
Well, actually, what he's also thinking is, actually, I ordered dinner Saturday night. And this is a little tangent here because, I can bring it up here because I hit the Masters one.
Okay. And
I'm sitting here. I plop my dinner down. I got a cheesesteak. Yeah, I had cheesesteaks 2 days in a row. I wonder why I couldn't eat when I got home last night. But I'm sitting here. We're 45 seconds into that song. I'm like, where's that fucking sound coming from? So I'm looking at like all the tabs on my screen. I don't see that little icon, that speaker icon where the music is playing. It gives you a hint that you have audio running on there. So I'm looking all over, and then I move the bag, and it's counting down 206, 205, 20. That's what it is. Bump. But anyways, back to what I was talking about here. Is my ADD has really kicked into overdrive here.
Okay.
Free agent Desmond. Well, first of all, with Wentz heading on to injury reserve, undrafted rookie Max Brosmer.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
Brosmer. I can't think of anything funny for that. He's the only other quarterback on the roster at the moment.
Jeez.
Now, free agent Desmond Ridder spent 3 weeks on the roster earlier this season. Brett Rippon, who spent last season as the Vikings' number 3 quarterback and was waived after training camp, is on the Indianapolis Colts practice squad. Now, I'm not sure how the practice squad works. So, because that has changed ever since COVID, because there's more people on the practice squad now.
Right. So if someone for emergencies, if you bring them up on the practice squad to start the game.
Well, action comes back. I think we're back. There we go. Fuck, I'll keep it like this. Maybe it'll be good luck. But I think there's an added layer now with the practice squad now, because it used to be that you can just say, oh,
right.
There we go again. I'm gonna get through tonight. I don't care. But anyways, because it used to be you could sign people off of somebody else's practice squad, but
right.
I don't know what the rules are since COVID. So now, funny how it is that here we go again. Connected. There we go. So we're back. And I do apologize for this. I got to play around with the internet because this was running fine most of the day. All of a sudden, it's going to start acting up.
You want to switch it back or you want to leave it?
I'm going to go again. Okay, we're back again. So,
Okay.
Now, if you remember when we won the Super Bowl the first time,
Yeah, 2017. Yeah.
if you remember correctly, part of the trade, God damn it. We fleeced Minnesota
Yeah, we did.
because they needed a quarterback because
Right.
Teddy Bridgewater blew out his knee.
Right.
And then we sent them Sam Bradford,
Yes, we did.
and Carson Wentz started.
Right.
The Eagles needed a quarterback. They got Sam Howell away from Minnesota.
Right.
And oh, by the way, they could use him right about now.
They sure could.
Now they can't trade him back, obviously, but so McCarthy recovered from a high ankle sprain. He'll be ready to go. But 2-3 with the Vikings. 3 hard weeks in the first half of their Week 5 game against the Browns in Cleveland, in London. The last of which from linebacker Carson Wentz that caused the injury to his left shoulder. And I do apologize, everybody. I don't know what's going on here. You know what, let's try this. And
I hope those are the papers that you need.
it's not. It's
Stuff.
baseball game related.
Gotcha.
So Carson went 2-3. He rested the shoulder during the bye week. Started in the 2022 loss to the Eagles in Week 7, but the short week leading up to Thursday's game limited his recovery time, obviously, and had obvious pain and all that shit as well. So he said it was the most pain he'd been during a football game. The staff fit him with several other protective wraps in addition to a harness, which Wentz said he had never worn anything remotely close to in order to play. He apologized to the team's equipment staff when he threw his helmet because it was a pain-related throw. But he's done for the year. He's going to have surgery. Now, on Thursday night, and first of all, I do have to say one thing. Minnesota, for the second straight year, had to go from Minnesota to L.A. on a short week.
Oh, wow.
Because they did it last year with the Rams, if you remember. Because that was the game where Sam Darnold took the safety late in the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the face mask that they didn't call.
Yeah.
So
yeah. They're going to Minnesota. Okay.
But he's done for the year. So, even though we were joking around about Carson Wentz, about, oh, yeah, this is a win for us because, oh, Carson Wentz is, he fucked me in that game with Cleveland because I had Cleveland money line that day.
Right.
I was like, before I went to bed, oh, yeah, Carson Wentz is starting. Cleveland. Yeah. So Carson Wentz is done. Also done is Cam Skattebo. And I'm not going to show that injury, people. You can find it if you really like gruesome shit like that. But he had a dislocated ankle. He had surgery last night at Penn Presbyterian Hospital. I think he was discharged. Now, I do want to share one thing. This is something that shouldn't surprise you, but in a way, kind of, well, first of all, as we get loose connection again. There we go. So I'm going to share my screen here so you guys can see this post from Adam Schefter on X. And Big Dom, doobie doob. No, sorry.
Oh, how many innings did I tell you that Scherzer was going to go?
5.
And look at what 5 innings, yeah.
Eagles chief of security Dom DeSandro visited Giants rookie Cam Skattebo while he was in a Philadelphia area hospital for surgery on his dislocated ankle and brought him some snacks. He dropped off pizza and cheesesteaks to Cam Skattebo at the hospital, according to the Philly Inquirer.
That's cool.
Yeah. And perfect timing, I lose connection. So we're going to power through this and just go through these things real fast. And the thing is, I said this to you beforehand. Now, if you were really watch the plays that unfolded, you knew that he got his ankle caught underneath him.
Right.
And so you knew something was wrong right away from the side camera that they had on him. And his left leg was blocking the right leg, which is like, oh, good, because I know this isn't good, the way he's laying there or just sitting there. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Kind of like, don't do it, internet. Let me check one thing here.
Okay.
Let me just double check here. Because meanwhile, I can see if this will. Let me just double check one thing here while we're. No outages, so I guarantee it has to do with the. Yeah, I'm getting more than I need because I get up to 1.2 gigabytes download speed. My download speed is 113 of my plan, so it's something. I think it's the name of it. So I'll have to change the name of it afterwards. So he did get a visit from Big Dom after the game, so that's cool.
It is cool.
So all went well according to Brian Daboll. Skattebo was considered an emergency medical situation because it involved an open dislocation. For those that are seeing this right now, we're going to disconnect for a minute. I'm going to try to do something here. 1 second.